Hi, and welcome to another episode of Being Surreal. And in this episode, we are going to talk about overcoming your fears. So, I'll start with a small story. So, I am right now in my college. My offline classes have started. So, yeah, I am in my college, and a few days ago, we had this event and it was something related to flowers, and there was a whole show going on. Like they were singing songs and dancing, and some people even recited poetry. So the thing with the event was that it was kind of an open mic. Like if you want, you can just go up to the guy there, and you could tell him that you want to sing or recite poetry or maybe dance. Then they would just let you do that. And I talked about this in my earlier episodes too. That I have a really big stage fright, and for me speaking on stage is something scary, like not really that scary, but it kind of troubles me. Like if I had the option to not sing, then I would choose the option to not sing on stage, like sing on stage. So for a guy who wants to give TED Talk speeches, I really have a lot of stage fright. So like before the singing part began, I was on call with my family, and I was like talking to them and showing them around the event. And then they announced the singing part. So I often do this like when I'm bored, or maybe when I am feeling like, I would just send my friends voice notes of me singing. So I thought I can sing, like I even sing in with my when I'm sitting with my friends, and I just like singing. So I kind of wanted to sing on stage, but I had stage fright. So I like texted in my family group that I sing if they allow anyone to sing, and my uncle was like, you should go for it, you'll feel really good after you have done it. So I would be lying if I say that I wasn't anxious. Like my hands were trembling, and I was really scared to go on and sing on the stage. Like I had this senior sitting in front of me, and I asked him that is it open mic or something, and then he was like, if you want, he can go and ask the guy, and then I could sing. But I told him that just wait for a moment, let me think about it, because I'm really anxious right now. So after a lot of motivation from my friends, that senior guy, my family, I was like, damn it, I'll just go and sing. So I asked that senior guy to like tell that guy that I wanna sing, and then I went on the stage and I sang in front of like 100 people. The song was Gulabi Aankhein, by the way, and I did record a video about it. So because I wanted to look at my expressions while singing, and to be honest, I kinda even forgot the lyrics, and there was this small pause, and then I look at the guitar guy, and he's like gone, and then I'll just start singing again from the next line. So and after I came back, that feeling was surreal. Like I could feel my body so warm. There was this adrenaline rush. There was blood rush too. I could feel, because of the blood rush, my body was warm, and it felt actually good. So after it was all done and I looked back at it, observed that the thing with singing on stage was not actually a stage fright. Well, it kind of was, but it was more of fear of trying. Like I didn't want to go on and try that out. Like I was scared what would happen. Scared of people judging me. Like I know that no one really cares about this, and I tell the same thing to people that no one really cares about it, and be yourself. But there's a bit difference in like when I'm on stage and in real life. Like real life as in when I'm talking to like person to person or maybe in a small group. Then I But on stage it's kind of different for me. I knew no one gives a thought about it and no one would really care, but still I was kind of scared. But after I went and started singing, I got this feeling that I can now sing more. Like I could feel the fear go away, and which is really good. Like I was at that point that if I wanted, I could have rapped there too, and it would have been fun. Like I was having fun. So I think that as long as you are having fun and it's legal, it's perfectly fine to do whatever you want. So from this part, I learned that whenever I would be scared to try something new, I would remember this exact same feeling I felt after singing, and then I would do it. So the thing with being scared is when you overcome your fear, that feeling is really good. And when I sang, I truly felt the meaning of this quote I read earlier. It was do the things that scare you. At first, I was like, okay, I'll do it. And like, I got what the person who quoted that wanted to say, but I got to know the true meaning after I sang on stage. Because if I didn't ever try that, I wouldn't have felt that feeling. And I think that feeling is incredible, like really incredible. Like people were cheering, and somewhat it's not really about your skills of singing or public speaking. Like for me it wasn't. I just wanted to go and just try to overcome my stage fright, and I still have it little bit, but I think it's better than before. And I would like, this is something that doesn't go away in a day or with just one time. I'll try the next time when I get the opportunity to do that. Maybe give a speech or maybe read poems, and I'll read just one of my poems and uh, just go and speak whatever I want and overcome my stage fright. Because I have, after doing that, that feeling was really great, and I can't even tell you in words how I was feeling. Like if they asked me to do it again at that point, I would have done it. I wasn't scared. The fear was more of getting started or fear of trying. But once I tried, I was like, oh, this is good and I can just go on. So while I was recording this part and I was thinking like what other things happened and which were scary to me, but after I tried it, it felt really good. And I was thinking about it, and then I remembered this incident. And this was, and I don't know how I transformed from that person to this person. So it was when I was in my first class. So we had this poem in a book. It was a really big poem about that bunny and the tortoise one. And I remembered the whole poem. And then I went on and recited that on the stage in my school assembly at first class. Like a whole junior wing was there. So in junior wing we had from like UKG and to fourth class. So they all were there, and I recited that poem with actions too. And it was really good. And even after like I came back to class, the teacher praised me. And even the other sections teacher came to my class, and they called me to their class to recite that poem again. And that feeling was really good. And it's something I have not remembered for a while. Like, if I wasn't recording this episode, I wouldn't have thought about this. And it's happy to be back in nostalgia. So I went from that guy who spoke on stage to the guy who couldn't speak on his farewell. Like I even went on, like I think it was UKG. Okay, so we had this really small assembly thing. So they were asking random questions to us, and they were saying anyone just if anyone wants to speak something, or maybe say a quote or something, or tell a fact about, I think it was a about telling a fact about animals. So they were just asking if anyone wants to speak, and I, being me, I raised my hand and went on stage, and I just spoke in the mic with a hell lot of confidence. And I was like, milk gave us cow. And and those people started clapping, all the kids were clapping. And after I spoke it, I realized, oops, I did an oopsie. It should be other way around. But those people were clapping and cheering for me, and like the teachers were laughing at my innocence. And I was so naive at that time. And I think I had this kind of confidence because when I was kid, I was really carefree, and I didn't think about what other people are thinking. But like over time I grew a bit more conscious about myself, and that is why I developed a stage fright. And because of stage fright, I didn't join a lot of debates or speeches in my school. Like I could have attended those, not really attended, but like be a part and debated on stage, because I love debating in real life. Like if you have a good topic and I know about that topic, like then I would really love to have a proper discussion with you, and even a debate if I have strong opinions on those topics. So and I kind of regret not going into those debates. Like I think that I should have gone, because if I had gone, I wouldn't be having stage fright now. But I can't really go back in past and change what happened. And maybe even if I did, butterfly effect, and we might not be having this podcast right now. So yeah. And yes, I did refer to my older episodes. So but yeah, so there are still a lot of things which kinda scares me, and I would love to try. And like some of them are bungee jumping. I always fear that when I would jump, the cord would malfunction and it would break and I would die. Um, Kinda irrational but realistic. And same goes for skydiving. I would skydive and the parachute won't work, then I would just go for my reserve parachute and that wouldn't work too. But like the odds of that happening are really low, but it is still kind of scary. And even sitting in flight for the first time was scary for me. Like, this is very childish, but I was almost 17 when I had my first flight, like travel for the in the flight for the first time. I was almost 17, and that is really grown up and mature. Um, so I went on the plane, and I had this fear that the flight would crash. And this is so uh, crazy. Like the odds of that happening are so low that it might have happened in the earlier days, but now the flights are so safe, they won't crash. But I was still scared. And because of the things I read on internet, I was even kind of scared about turbulence. And I was told that turbulence are scary and the planes start shaking or something. And I had this other thing too, like my uncle said that turbulence are fun. So I had these mixed opinions for the turbulence, but I was actually scared. But when I went in the flight, it was far more calm than I had expected. Like even the when the turbulence came, the flight wasn't really shaking as I thought it would. It just slowly moved up and down, and it was like a swing. And now I think that turbulence are fun, but I still hope that my flight doesn't crash. But in, but yeah, turbulence is fun and flight is not really that scary. I think I'm building anxiety issues over time. Like I didn't have those as a kid, but yeah. So while we are at the public speaking and me being confident in person to person, I'll share a bit part about like I'll tell you a little bit about why you should like go and talk to person. And it can be anyone, and you should just go and like talk to anyone about anything. And so what I do with my friends in college, what we do is like we if you want to like talk, or like they are really kind of scared about talking to girls. So what I do with them is I ask them to, like when we are walking around, just if they see any girl coming, I just say like go and just ask the time or ask where this building is, and just go and do that. And they go and the girls tell them the time or the location if they know. So it's a kind of gradual process. So like if you are scared and you are an introvert, you should just go and talk. And these things are something which you overcome over in a time. So yeah, before I end this episode, I would like to compile the things again and tell you that if you are scared to do something, you should go and do it. The things which scares you would make you feel really happy after you have done them. Like if you are scared to go and talk to a girl you like, you should go and talk. It would feel you good. Instead of regretting, you should just go and talk. The worst thing that could happen is she won't talk, or she would reject you, and that's perfectly fine. Like there's a whole another thing about taking no as an answer and giving no as an answer, and I would talk about that too. But for this episode, I'll just say that you should go and talk and socialize with people, and like people you like or people who you share interests with. Just go and talk to them and try to do things that scare you. So see you in next episode. Bye.